The Last War Dog by Michael R. Fletcher. I lie on my cot, listening to Medica Ricara whisper to Nurse Serran that I won't last the night. Ears and nose. People forget. That's what war dogs are. Tell them 1,000 times you hear the screams of those dying beyond the wall. Tell them you know from their farts what they last ate, and they never quite get it. Won't last the night. I hear the pat-pat of my blood slapping cold stone. Ricara stitched me closed as best she could, but I'm torn deep. I don't know what the squishy bits inside me are called, but I smell them turn. It stinks. Not a scent you want coming from your own body. It used to hurt worse, but she gave me something for the pain. I feel outside myself. The pain is still there, but I no longer care. 4 other war dogs share the room with me. They smell worse. 2 are dead. Tongues hanging slack from long jaws, teeth bared in a last defiant snarl. The other 2 are missing limbs, victims of an obsidian golem. Better to die than be useless. Nurse Serran finds a reason to pass my cot and stops to scratch my ears. When she finds that spot, my eyes close, and a tremor runs the length of my spine, setting my right foot twitching. She moves on, and the scent of tears linger in her wake. Won't last the night. Born to sniff out enemy sorcerers, tooth and claw. Born to kill them. War dogs don't die old, I whisper to Nurse Serran. But her small people ears don't hear me. I squirm, looking for a more comfortable position, but they all hurt. Whatever that sorcerer hit me with shredded most of my guts and cooked the rest. Not sure why Ricara bothered stitching me. At best, she slowed the inevitable. I lie in my cot, listening. I smell my blood, cooling on gritty stone. Won't last the night. I lift a hand, just to be sure I still can. Caked in gore, some my own, some belonging to the last sorcerer I gutted. My claws are sharp. I consider using them to reopen the wound, speed the dying process. I don't, though. My limbs still work. I might yet serve, and so I lie here listening to my blood. I loose a whined sigh, hoping my packmaster will find a use for me. I want to rise, go in search of her, but she told me to report to Ricara and obey the Medica's commands. And Medica Ricara ordered me to lie down and rest, and so I lie here, resting, bleeding, dying. Somewhere, beyond this stinking room of blood and rot, the rumbled thunder of shattered stone and the howl of war dogs raised in a one-note song of mourning. A packmaster has fallen. Her war dogs sing their loss as they fight, howling as they kill and die. I lie in my cot, bleeding, listening as the song dwindles. When the last voice chokes to silence, I howl to share my pain with those who would listen. The 2 living war dogs I share this room with sing with me, one of them dying, his last note haunting the air after his passing. Medica Ricara stands at my side. Fear clings to her like sour sweat. What happened? A packmaster died, I answer. Even in this hospital room, surrounded by stink of the dead and the cries of the dying, the scents and sounds of the war beyond come to me. The battle rages on. Soldiers fight and kill and die. The grating glass scream of another obsidian golem echoes through blasted streets. It's inside the city. They've breached the wall, I say. No other war dog voices reach me, and that hurts more than my torn guts. The invaders are in my city, attacking my people. I push myself into a sitting position with a pained whimper, and Nurse Saran appears at my other side. "You'll tear your stitches," she warns. She's right. I bleed faster, blood soaking into my midnight fur. Won't last the night. "What should we do?" Rikara asks. "We can't move the patients." Even a small war dog weighs twice what the biggest soldier does, and neither Saran nor Rikara are particularly large for people. "There'll be more wounded," Saran says. She sounds calm and reasonable, but she's wrong. The wall has fallen. The enemy is in the city. We have lost. If Saran and Rikara are lucky, they won't last the night either. If they do, it means the sorcerers have saved them for something special. I've seen it before. Captured war dogs, kept from death by foul sorcery, their bowels draped through an entire forest. Skin, muscle, sinew, stretched like lacy tents hanging from branches. 2 eyes propped in the nook of a tree so they can witness what has been done to them. I look to Medica Rikara, waiting for her to tell me what to do. "Should we run?" she asks. "War dogs don't run," Packmaster Ahira says, striding into the room. An excited yip of glee escapes me at seeing her alive, and I duck my head in embarrassment. She doesn't care. She walks to my cot and buries her face in the scruff of fur around my neck. Her nimble, people fingers find the softer fur of my ears, and she says, "Nap time is over, the darkest shade of grey." She's used my full name, instead of DS or Grey or any of the other names she has for me. That simple honor sings strength through my veins. I am a war dog, and she is my packmaster. "Bored, anyway," I say, swinging my legs off the cot when she backs away. The steel links of her armor are torn, the underpadding soaked in blood. I know by the smell that most of it isn't hers. Her shield is gone, scabbard hanging empty. "Where are his weapons and armor?" Packmaster Ahira demands of Rikara. The Medica points at a table near one wall. "We had to cut him out of the armor. It's ruined, but his weapons are there." Teeth gritted against the pane, I stand, towering over the 3 women. I keep a massive clawed hand over my wound, hiding it from sight. It hurts to breathe. My guts feel like someone stirred them with a pitchfork. I retrieve my spear and my war axe. Rikara is right. The armor is garbage. "The wall is breached," Packmaster Ahira says, "but the castle still stands." At the heart of the city, the castle is an ancient fortification, a temporary reprieve at best. I say nothing, as it's not my place. Packmaster Ahira sees my hand, the blood leaking through my fingers, and her eyes meet mine. "Perhaps you should go with the Medica." Go with the Medica? I wrestle with her words, trying to understand. Were I to go with the medica, I would not go with her. Rest and heal, she says. Live to fight another day. Won't last the night. I don't know what to say. She is my packmaster, and I must obey. If she orders me to go with the medica, I will. But I don't want to. If I won't last the night, I want to spend my last hours with my packmaster. My gut's torn. Now my soul is also torn. Won't last the night, I say, desperate to make her understand. Medica Riccara winces, but nods when Packmaster Ahira looks in her direction. My packmaster studies me for a long time, and I look away, unable to meet her gaze. I know direct eye contact is different for them, but I can't shake the fear she's angry with me. Your other patients? Packmaster Ahira says to Medica Riccara. Riccara shakes her head. Take only what you need, Packmaster Ahira orders Riccara. Nothing that will slow you. Go. Now. While Medica Riccara throws surgical tools into a bag, Nurse Siran hugs me. It's not like when she scratches my ears and moves on. It's not like when she digs her fingers into a knot of fur I can't reach and pulls it apart. She stands there, arms wrapped around me. I look down at the top of her head, and then at Packmaster Ahira, who shrugs. That, too, is weird. People aren't supposed to hug war dogs, and with good reason. We aren't people. We are war dogs. We fight, we kill, and we serve. We don't hug. Nurse Siran releases me, wipes her eyes, and follows Riccara from the hospital. I listen to their departure, shuffling feet on stone as they hurry away. I remember the feel of her fingers in my fur, the warmth of her breath. It's been too long since I heard the howl of other war dogs. We aren't quiet in battle. It's not in our nature. If I can't hear them, the darkest shade of grey. I open my eyes at my packmaster's voice. Yes? How are you? Tired and weak from blood loss, I want to return to my cot and finish bleeding out onto the dusty floor. Whatever Riccara gave me is wearing off, and I no longer feel quite so distant from my pain. Packmaster Ahira knows how I am. She sees the blood leaking through my fingers and the size of the puddle beneath my cot. I understand what she's really asking. Tired as I am, nothing will keep me from her side. I show her my teeth in a way that would send anyone else running for safety, and she grins her blunt people teeth back at me. Good, she says. She glances toward the door Riccara and Siran left through. Everyone is retreating to the castle. Not everyone, I say. Not everyone, she agrees. You and I are going to slow the enemy, buy our people some time. She searches through the weapons littering the table, looking for something to replace her missing sword. Buy time. I love her, but much of what she says is meaningless. War dogs don't buy time. We spend it. We spend our own, and, when we do it well, we cost our enemies theirs. I can only assume time is a weird thing for people. They talk about saving it, as if years later you might have a bag of all the extra time you accumulated by taking a shortcut to the mess hall. And running out of time? People work hurriedly at tasks and then blurt, "I've run out of time," as if they aren't still standing there breathing and doing things. Noticing the blood still spilling from my wound, I chuff a grunt of understanding, and Packmaster Ahira looks up from the chipped blade of the spear she's scowling at. "Running out of time," I say. For the first time, I get it. I am running out of time. Packmaster Ahira says, "Don't tell me you've suddenly developed a sense of humour." As if humour were a sense, like smell and hearing. All I know is that funny and fun are two different things. War dogs understand fun. We chase things. We wrestle in mud. We have a bath after wrestling in mud. All these things are fun. Jokes, however, are not fun. They are just words that don't mean what the words mean. To people, jokes are like pretending to throw a ball. To a war dog, that makes you an asshole. Packmaster Ahira would never pretend to throw a ball. More blood dribbles past my fingers, and I realize I'm wrong. I still don't understand. Concepts, unlike real things, are difficult for war dogs. Though I can't make it real, I know the world existed before me and will likely do so after I'm gone. If time will continue without me, I haven't run out of it. Time is running out of me, I correct. Blood is time. Packmaster Ahira shakes her head, lips twisting in the way she does when I've said something funny. My philosopher war dog. She's called me that before. But if jokes are pretending to throw a ball, philosophy is chasing a ball that doesn't exist. It's pointless. I guess the name is another joke, the words not meaning what they mean. Time is running out of both of us, she adds. I flare my nostrils, breathing in her myriad scents, sweat and exhaustion. The meat she ate yesterday. She's tired and she's sad, and that makes me want to howl her pain. But she's not bleeding to death. Packmaster Ahira gives up looking for a better weapon. Gripping the spear, she heads to the door. I prowl along behind her, ears and eyes alert. Walking hurts. Breathing hurts. I'm so tired. All I want to do is lie down, while the rest of my time leaks out between my fingers. I follow her because I can't not follow her, and because if I'm not there to protect her, she will know that I was not there to protect her, and I will bear any pain to ensure that never happens. We pass through the abandoned hospital. Only the dead and those who won't survive being moved remain. A war dog, sprawled on a cot, sees us, and her tail twitches in a half-hearted wag. Her fur is 1,000 shades of grey, and she's half my size and twice as fast. Or was, before a sorcerer blasted her with fire. Now she's char and ruin, broiled meat and muscle. She bares bright teeth in a grimace of pain, and then tucks it away. The darkest shade of grey, she calls to me, voice weak. Dances like ash, I answer, using her full name. Bring me. I can fight. I look to Packmaster Ahira, and she shakes her head. I know she's right, but it still hurts. Dances like ash is a wreck of a war dog. Her legs blackened bone. Leave me a weapon, then. I will kill the first through those doors. I pluck a spear off the floor and hand it to her. She accepts it, with her remaining arm gripping it tight. The first 2, I say. 3, she corrects. Maybe 4. It's not bravado. She will, or she will die trying. I follow Packmaster Ahira out onto the street. The western sky is burning where the sorcerers set the world afire. Ash and bright spark cinders dance past me like my friend used to, and I wish she could be out here to see it one last time. A few stragglers stumble past us in the dark, fleeing to the castle. Those who see me flinch away. Most are too lost in their own fear and misery to notice a dying war dog. A little girl, cradled in her mother's arms, makes eye contact. Her soot-smeared face grins at me, and she reaches a pudgy hand in my direction. "Puppy!" she shouts in glee. "Big puppy!" I want to go with her. I want to kill anything that might dare threaten this tiny life. This is my city. These are my people. All of them. "Come," Packmaster Ahira says. "Their main force will use the larger streets, but there will be plenty sneaking through the back alleys." I look in the direction the girl went, and then trail along behind my packmaster. We pass between empty homes and storefronts hastily stripped of valuables. The air stinks of death, the scent of burnt wood and melted stone stinging my nose. The echoing clash of steel on steel and the screams of the dying tell me the enemy isn't far. I haven't heard a whisper of war dog song since the wall fell. And then I catch that most foul of odours. It's a sickness. Turns the air thick with shrill chaos. A sorcerer is coming this way. It's a man. I know by the tang of his sweat that he was young just a few hours ago, but now shuffles like an old man. He spends himself in service to his church, fueling his foul magic with his own life force. Body weakened. He's pissed himself, lost control of his bowels. "Packmaster," I growl. "Sorcerer." She makes a "st" sound and points at a home, and I kick the front door of its hinges. We enter, crouch in the dark and watch the street. Spear in one hand, war axe in the other. I breathe in my city and listen. Pat, pat, pat. I'm bleeding faster. This sound of boots on stone. The wall has fallen, but these aren't marching conquerors. They creep from corner to corner, eyes sharp for danger. And another sound. The sharp drag scrape of black glass. Packmaster Ahira, hunched at my side, grips her spear. Her fear is sharp in my nose. "Packmaster Ahira," I say, trying to figure out how to say these impossible words. The enemy draw closer. "If you go, I will stay." She looks at me, bright eyes in the dark. "I will guard your retreat," I say. "The others still need you." "Others?" she says in the weird way people have when it's a question but not a question. "The other war dogs," I explain. "They need their packmaster." Packmaster Ahira touches my arm, fingers stroking fur. "The pack is gone." I want to howl, but the enemy might hear. "The pups will need you," I say. The pack lives. The pack dies. The pack lives on. "There will be no new pack," she tells me, eyes damp with pain, and I know she, too, wants to howl. "You are the last war dog." She says it with such finality. I understand this is not exaggeration. The wall has fallen. The castle will fall next. There will be no new pack, and she will not leave me. Again, the sharp drag scrape of black glass. "The sorcerer has an obsidian golem," I tell her. At least I understand why the boy shuffles like an old man and smells like an even older one. He's splintered his soul to power this monstrosity of edges and blades. Such things are near impossible to kill, at least for a dying war dog. The sorcerer, however, is its weakness. Kill the man-boy, and the golem becomes a statue. Soldiers come into view first, armed with bows and spears. They creep along the walls, peeking into each window and door. Next, striding through down center of the street as if this were its city and not mine, the obsidian golem. This one is shaped like a spider, skittering legs and too many armors. Slick black reflects every light, featureless face swinging back and forth as it seeks out enemies. Behind the stone spider, a squad of heavies, men and women stinking of blood and iron. Their armor groans and creaks and grates with every step. Tower shields raised. They peer through narrow eye slits, great swords hanging ready in clenched fists. I count 20. The sorcerer, a hunched shape in black robes, cowl thrown back to expose a wrinkled face with 2 young eyes, walks in the center of the heavies. Were I not bleeding to death, I'd leap into their midst, tear the sorcerer's head from his shoulders, and then kill most, if not all, of the heavies. But time is running out of me, and I no longer have the strength to jump that far. Crouched at my packmaster's side, I judged the distance. The advanced scouts draw near. Can you reach the heavies before the golem intercepts you? Packmaster Ahira asks. Maybe. Yes, I answer, wondering if, having spoken a word that doesn't mean what the word means, I've made a joke. She isn't smiling, so I guess not. Too bad. It would have been nice to impress her one last time. Packmaster Ahira. Call me Ahira. Overwhelmed by emotion, I can't make words. I hear a song in my head, one note, held forever. Packmaster Ahira, I speak carefully. She shakes her head, but her eyes say she is not disappointed. Her hand on my shoulder, fingers in fur. I would die for you. The darkest shade of grey, she answers, and that one-note song grows louder. You should have named me Black. A joke? She asks. I don't understand. With the exception of one lighter patch on my belly, my fur is blacker than night. Words that don't mean what the words mean. My name is the joke. All these years and I never knew. Are you ready? My packmaster asks. I am. Always. She doesn't need to explain the plan. I know. I will part the heavies, expose the sorcerer cowering in their midst. She will throw her spear and kill him. My city will face one less obsidian golem. Maybe it won't be enough. Maybe it won't save that little girl. But maybe it will. Packmaster Ahira scratches behind my ears, puts her face in the scruff of my neck, and breathes deep. I want to tell her she is my life. When she releases me, I rise, spear in one hand, war axe in the other. The axe is heavier than it was yesterday. There are words I want to say, feelings I want to express. They all fall short of that one-note song. Packmaster Ahira, I say. Don't miss. I leave her then. I am a shadow. Pain forgotten, I gain speed. For the first time tonight, I feel like I am spending time. I am halfway to the heavies when the first one notices me. I throw my spear and it punches him from his feet. I am a war dog, and these invaders are in my city. I sing my song. That was The Last War Dog by Michael R. Fletcher.